Greetings from the Beehive State, home of some very promising spring tulips. A little bit of housekeeping, haunted bookshop, and the Country Gentleman Cobb. As you know, we're very close to St. Patrick's Day, so as promised, the green beer shall be drank. Today, I come to answer a challenge from the Bean Piper. He has asked us to recommend a book and who is our pipe mentor. So I thought I would take you through a wonderful book, not the whole thing, but pieces of it, and hopefully that you can read it too. So let's set her down real quick. And the book that I recommend that everyone reads or rereads is Alexander and the Terrible, Horrible, No Good, Very Bad Day. And along the journey, I'm going to take you through my terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day that happened both last Friday and this Monday. So let us begin with the book. First, it's by Judith Viorst, illustrated by Ray Cruz. And if you can see here, the star, Mr. Alexander, is a nice looking redhead. Charming. So I'm going to go through a couple parallels between this book and my bad day, and then we'll get to my pipe mentor. So the story begins. I went to sleep with gum in my mouth, and now there's gum in my hair. And when I got out of bed this morning, I tripped on the skateboard, and by mistake, I dropped my sweater in the sink while the water was running, and I could tell it was going to be a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. Now, on Friday, I woke up from a night of absolute terror. Night terrors all night. I had my mouth guard in that prevents some of my teeth that I haven't already chipped from chipping more. And I must have slept wrong because all day I woke up with a vicious toothache. I hear you, Alexander. So we're going to skip ahead. And now, Mr. Alex is riding in the car. In the carpool, Mrs. Gibson let Becky have a seat by the window. Audrey and Elliot got seats by the window too. I said I was being scrunched. I said I was being smooshed. I said if I don't get a seat by the window, I'm going to be carsick. And no one answered. Well, I can relate. On Friday, the guys at work went out to a local spot, Cafe Rio. It's okay. And of course, the boss drives a nice big Ram truck. Luxurious front seat, luxurious passenger seat, and the two seats behind it are nice. Well, guess who got the itch seat? This guy. Now, I'm 6 foot, about 210 right now. Oh. Ah! I could tell it was going to be a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. Now, if there's one thing on a Friday that can cheer everybody up, it's a matches live stream. So don't worry, there's a double feature on that Friday. So let's get back to our story, huh? Okay, here he is talking with his friends. I could tell because Paul said I wasn't his best friend anymore. He said that Philip Parker was his best friend and that Albert Moyo was his next best friend, that I was only his third best friend. Now, Matches 860 is a friend to everybody, and I hope that I can be a friend to him someday. And there's one unicorn that I haven't been able to achieve yet, and that is for Matches to say my name. And I thought today is the day. It's been a rotten, no good, terrible, very bad day. This is it, man. This is the day that Matches says my name. And I got in there early. First session went cool. Didn't say my name, no worries. But the second session, I had it, man. There was only like 20 people in the chat. start some nice banter going back and forth. We're going, man. It's a matches show. Today is the day. And he's going down names. Ohio Piper, Pipes and Camping. And then there I see my name's next. It's my name, and he pauses. It's gonna happen. And the pipe nook comes in. Eddie Gray, everybody goes crazy. Next time, matches. I know you're not going to let me down. Next Friday. Next page, we get to, this is where it gets hard. There were 2 cupcakes in Philip Parker's lunch bag. We're at the lunch table now, guys. Yeah, this is me after matches didn't say my name. There were 2 cupcakes in Philip Parker's lunch bag, and Albert got a Hershey bar with almonds, and Paul's mother gave him a piece of jelly roll that had little coconut sprinkles on top. Guess whose mother forgot to put in dessert? Now, you might be wondering, how come I'm not smoking that fine-looking St. Peterson's? Or St. Patty's Peterson 304. Well, just like in the story, Philip Parker, we'll call him Section 333. And Paul's, the other boy at the table, we'll call him Pipes and Camping. They both got beautiful St. Patrick's 2008 Peterson pipes with the beautiful yellow acrylic stem. Pretty much right after I filmed my St. Patty's video, I took a look at the stem. And, excuse me, zero budget filmmaking here. We've got a noodle to demonstrate. But my poor pipe, if this was the stem and there's the mouthpiece, I noticed a thin spot right here. And it was all black, clearly different from the other thicker pieces of stem. And I looked inside and I noticed that up inside here, maybe a ½ inch, there was a huge cave-in, and I was worried about the cracks. I was like, I can't have this. It's going to fall over. It might break. SmokingPipes.com, a little shady. So I had to send her back. No more St. Peterson 2008 around. That's all right. I have a feeling my luck with Peterson's is going to change. All right. Last parallel between Alexander and the terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. When we picked up my dad at his office, so we'll take a look. He's at his dad's office. He said I couldn't play with his copying machine, but I forgot. He also said to watch out for the books on his desk, and I was careful as I could be, except for my elbow. He said don't fool around with his phone, but I think I called Australia. My dad said don't pick him up anymore. Now, this is where I jump from Friday to Monday, where I received terrible news that my dad's office, aka Beehive Cigars, the most wonderful place where I filmed the International Pipe Smoking Day recap video where we had a beautiful lounge. It was shut down on Monday by the good folks at the Utah Health Department. Closed indefinitely. There is no more going back to Dad's office. So I'm on hold to where our next venue is going to be. But Beehive Cigars, I salute you. I hope you can get past that. I am heartbroken over that. So in conclusion of the book, when our hero Alexander goes to bed, it says, when I went to bed, Nick took back, that's his brother, took back the pillow he said I could keep, and the Mickey Mouse light burned out, and I bit my tongue. The cat wants to sleep with Anthony, not me. That's his other brother. It has been a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. My mom says some days are like that. And indeed they are. There's bad days on this side, and I know there's bad days on this side. But to sum this up, I have to go back to the preface, and I hope you guys enjoy this. This is from the author. And I encourage you to read this book. It will cheer you up. It cheered me up upon reflections of a terrible day. The author, Judith Viorst, says, have you ever had a bad day? A really bad day? And you have ever wondered if you were maybe the only person in the city, the state, the country, the world, the universe who had these bad days? Well, you're not. I know you're not, because when my son Alexander was a little boy, he used to have a lot, and I mean a lot of them. And when I wrote this book for him, I got letters from boys and girls everywhere telling me about their own terrible days. Bad days make us so mad and so sad that sometimes we want to move to where terrible, horrible days maybe don't happen, like where Matches is. But bad days also come to an end. And when you wake up the next morning, it could be the beginning of a wonderful, marvelous, excellent, very good day. I hope you enjoy this special edition of the book. Thank you guys for tuning in. So, cheers. More Moosehead Lager. So, to answer Bean Piper's second question, who is my pipe mentor? Well, he's here right here with me. Let me show you some. It's you guys. You guys are my pipe mentor. Everybody who watches this video, whether it posts tonight, tomorrow, the next day, whenever, a year from now, you guys are my pipe mentors. You motivate me, and you remind me that no matter how bad of a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day I may have, there's good people out there encouraging us to be our best. So on that note, make sure you sub Bean Piper, and I say good night, God bless, and happy piping.